Plus, an interventional radiologist looking to provide solutions to the fibroids epidemic. This as we recognize Fibroid Awareness Month. And later, we're celebrating 50+1 in style. A local clothing brand wants to help you look your best this Independence Day. These stories and so much more as Our News Weekend starts now. This is Our News Weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Megan Shepard. Well, a disappointing end to a long journey this afternoon. This as Team Bahamas made their heroic last stand in the FIBA Olympic qualifiers. Tage Adderley gets us started with a recap of today's tough loss.
Thanks, Megan. As you just mentioned, the Bahamas national basketball squad came up short today in the finals of the FIBA pre-Olympic qualifier against Spain. We're going to take a look at what happened.
I'm proud of everybody on our team. The goal when we started this thing was to put Bahamas basketball on the map, and I think the world knows now the amount of talent that we do have, and I think we're here to stay.
Now, just getting to this point was an outstanding accomplishment for Team 242, so we're proud of them and all the hard work it took. Bahamas basketball has come a long way from a 9th place finish at the Pan Am Games in 1975 to having a lead against a global powerhouse in Spain for a chance to make the 2024 Olympics. We're taking a look at how a country our size became a basketball powerhouse. The Bahamas Basketball Federation was first officially recognized by FIBA in 1961, before even majority rule. In 1975, the team came 9th in the Pan American Games in Mexico City. We also came 5th in Central Basket. We joined the Caribbean Basketball Confederation in 1981, quickly becoming a regional powerhouse, winning 7 gold medals, 2 silvers, and 2 bronze since then. The Bahamas has produced dozens of Division I and professional basketball players, including Michael Thompson, the NBA's #1 pick in 1978. DeAndre Ayton followed in his footsteps 40 years later, going first in 2018. Buddy Hield went 6th in 2014, and Kai Jones was also taken in the first round in 2021. People of Bahamian heritage, including Thompson's sons Michael and Clay, NBA player Eric Gordon, and NBA coach LJ Rose have been heavily involved in advancing Team Bahamas basketball. In 2019, the team hired Warriors assistant coach Chris DeMarco as head coach. In 2023, Gordon was added, and he propelled the team to a stunning victory over Argentina on their home court in the 2024 pre-Olympic qualifiers. That's enough from my end. I'm Tage Adderley, throwing it back to Megan. I heard you have my guy with you in the studio tonight.
Yes, Tage. Well, now that the game is officially in the history books, it's time to regroup, rebound, and plan the next step forward. Here to give us more insight as to what's next for Team Bahamas is Ronaldo Dorset of 10th year seniors. Ronaldo, what's next?
I'm supposed to be here under much happier circumstances. We should have been celebrating, but unfortunately we're not. So now that the whole country has Olympic basketball fever, we're starting to think about LA 2028 and where this team has to go from here. What's next? The qualification process has already started, actually. It started last February, so I would like to see this excitement continue around Team Bahamas and get us all the way through.
So how does one pivot and rebound to get all the way through?
So we have a young group of talented players. Obviously, Vijay Edgecombe, just 18 years old. You have Donovan Freeman, who's on the bench, also at 18, a young group of college guys. So as Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton's career continues to progress, we look forward to those younger guys developing their game and perhaps having some new names added to the mix. But the future for Team Bahamas basketball is looking very bright.
So overall thoughts, we know the entire weekend team watched the game today. Disappointing. Overall thoughts?
The country's crestfallen. I mean, for as great of an accomplishment it was to get there, when you can see yourself at the finish line and you're not able to get all the way through, very painful. But like I said, we have a lot to look forward to with this team, a lot to look forward to with this young group. I just hope the entire country continues to rally behind them and pay attention to, when the lights aren't as bright as the Olympics.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your insight. Well, Prime Minister Philip Davis also expressing his pride on Team Bahamas on X, formerly known as Twitter. Davis tweeting, quote, "While the outcome wasn't the victory hoped for, your effort, determination, and heart are more than enough for us. You've made your country proud by going where no Bahamian team has gone before," end quote. And when Our News Weekend comes back from the break, an epidemic affecting thousands of women right here in our community. An interventional radiologist says you no longer have to live with fibroids. That story and so much more coming up right after this break. This month is recognized as a Fibroid Awareness Month, a time to share information as well as support and encourage the thousands of women that live with fibroids. In fact, interventional radiologist and medical director at Family Medicine Center, Dr. Mikhail Higgins, describes it as an epidemic, noting that some 50 to 70% of women in the region are affected by fibroids at some point in their lives.
In being so frequent, this is something that people don't really talk about. Why? Because it's so personal. And so what we want to do during the course of this month is really sort of provide a safe space for women to engage in conversation about something that's so important to them, something that affects their bodies in terms of their way they look, something that affects their energy, their ability to perform in their personal and professional lives, something that affects their ability to procreate.
Dr. Higgins says he moved back home a few years ago because he recognized a need for his skill. Dr. Higgins specializes in the non-surgical and non-invasive treatment of fibroids. He says he realized that some women suffered in silence because they were reluctant to have surgery or decided to live with the pain.
It's not too small to not have surgery, but it's good enough for us to treat. And so, I think women sort of try to contend with the fact that if it's small, I don't want to go through a major operation. That makes sense to me. But if it's small and it's a problem, then let's provide a non-surgical solution, okay? And so that's what it is that we're offering. And so
he also wants to debunk the myth that fibroids are cancerous or can lead to cancer.
A fibroid is a muscular tumor that does not turn into cancer. In about 1 in 426 to 500 women, in a bed of fibroids, you can find a cancer. In the same way, if you go to the food store and you find enough bunches of grapes, you may find one that has one rotten grape on it. Should you toss out all the grapes in the food store because of that one rotten out of that 500? Absolutely not.
Dr. Higgins is encouraging more women to come forward if they are experiencing any abnormal symptoms that could be associated with fibroids. He says it's not too late to achieve results.
It's really never too late. I have women who are in their 20s who see me. I have women in their 30s, women in their 40s, and women in their 50s. I've treated them all. So being able to identify that, listen, if you have this issue, if you have fibroids, come and see us. Let us evaluate you. Let us appraise you of the options, the pros and the cons of each option, because every woman that's ever seen me will always hear the non-surgical options, will always hear the surgical options, and the pros and cons of each.
When we come back from the break, we take a walk down memory lane through fashion. Our Jean Joseph has an inside look at a local clothing brand's Independence collection. Plus, the Rev Media team partnering with local organizations once again to make an impact. We'll tell you all about our latest community initiative right after this break. Welcome back. The country set to celebrate the 51st anniversary of independence in just a matter of days. And if you're still not sure about what to wear this holiday, our Jean Joseph has got you covered. He stopped by a local clothing brand, YNG, to check out their newest independence release.
We're here at YNG, where they've recently released their new independence line. We're going to tell you all about it and why you should get your hands on a few of their pieces.
Since 2012, YNG has staked its claim as a fashion-forward, tech-savvy creative brand, pushing Bahamian urban culture forward. No strangers to trendy apparel, the brand has released the new line of independence-themed clothing, the Kayaba Classic Collection, featuring matching sets, swimwear, and more. YNG Marketing Director James Brown says the company wants to make this independence release something special.
Integrated inside the print is different historical moments from Bahamian history, starting from independence, from before independence, going straight up to the last few years. We just wanted to do something different. We wanted to incorporate more Bahamian history into the print. Something that just, screams Bahamian pride.
Brown says the collection features many moments from post-independence Bahamian history that will evoke nostalgia.
This year we've came out with swimsuits for females, and we've also come out with a collared shirt. and also a button down. Also now have swim trunks and tees that always have been available. And we have a designer tee that I'm currently wearing right now, a proud Bohemian designer tee. This some of the best material that we could find.
While YNG stands for Young Digerati, Brown says the brand has something for people of all ages who want to step out in style this independence.
This independence drop is for everybody, young, old, still feel like they're young even though they're old, still feel like they're old even though they're young. This independence drop is for everyone. We want everybody to come in, grab your things now because they are going very quickly. There isn't going to be much left very soon.
Check out their physical locations or visit the website shop@yng.com to get your pieces from this limited collection. Reporting for Our News, I'm Gene Joseph.
Thanks so much, Gene. Well, the Rev Media team is once again giving back to the community. This time around, the team donated much-needed clothes and shoes to the National Training Agency, as well as the Kiwanis Club of Over the Hill. Spearheading the initiative, Media Operations Manager Finette Gator. She says this donation showcases the company's continued dedication to community involvement.
We have over, I think, 100 pieces of professional attire and shoes that are all here for the National Training Agency. And then for Kiwanis Club of Over the Hill and their initiatives, we have about 25 bursting bags of kids' clothing, because I know that's one of your main focus, men and ladies' clothing to help with your initiatives. So we thank you so very much, both of you, for your partnership, because we are always looking to lend support to our community.
Representatives from both organizations say they are grateful to receive this gesture of goodwill.
The Kiwanis Club of Over the Hill is extremely delighted to receive this kind of support from the community, in particular a corporate entity like Rev Bahamas. We feel that with this kind of partnership, we can spread the word and we can assist the less fortunate in a greater way.
So I really want to say thank you. When I stepped in and I saw definitely the men's clothing, because we had a whole lot of woman stuff, but we did not have anything for the guys. So I really want to say thank you so much. And I also want to invite persons to sign up for the National Training Agency.
On the other side of this break, the summer adventure continues. Stay tuned for part 2 of an amazingly delicious staycation at the British Colonial Hotel, coming up right after this break. Welcome back. It's that time of the weekend now to prepare for the work week ahead. And to help you out weather-wise, here's meteorologist Ian McKenzie with a look at temperatures over the next few days.
Thanks, Megan, and good evening, Bahamas. Welcome to your Sunday evening forecast. We're currently outside our studios. We're under fair and warm conditions at 87, feels like 76. Winds are from the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Current temperatures across the country, we have 85s in Freeport, Marsh Harbor, 87 in Great Harbor Key and in the capital, 86 in Alistown, 88 in Nicholstown, 86 in Governor's Harbor, Luther. In the Central Bahamas, 87s in Camps Bay as well as Coburn Town, 85 in Arthurstown, 86s in Georgetown and Deadman's Key. In the Southeast Bahamas, 85s in Duncantown as well as Delectable Bay, 86 in Colonel, 85 in Matthewtown, 84 in Abraham's Bay and 87 in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. Satellite imagery right now, just a little trickle of shower activity associated with a trough across the Central Islands, high pressure elsewhere. In the tropics right now, we have Beryl expected to make landfall eastern Texas early tomorrow morning, continuing northeastwards. Boating forecast for the northwest and central areas, southerly at 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4, high tide at 9:57 p.m. tonight, low tide at 4:28 tomorrow. The southeast Bahamas, a caution is in place, winds east to southeast 15 to 20, seas 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. And in your extended forecast, Independence Week looking pretty good. Highs getting up into the low to mid-90s, with your lows hovering into the upper 70s, low 80s. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe, fun night, everyone.
Thanks so much, Ian. And with such warm weather expected, now is the perfect time to resume our staycation adventures at the historic British Colonial Hotel. And as chef de partie at Sakana Noodle and Sushi Bar, Lindred Smith tells us, the newly introduced restaurant is the perfect location to gather with family and friends. Sakana Noodle and Sushi Bar, where I dare say you're going to experience some of the best ramen and handmade sushi rolls.
Here at Sakana, we also are bringing something new. So we're doing a ramen twist with a sushi, so you can always come to get something that you can be warm. And we have the authentic ramen. Coming from ramen to stir fry, we're gonna have some sweet and sour, some Mongolian spicy. Come on and join us. We're always like home away from home. We're right over the hill, and you're always welcome.
Now, if you're a novice to Japanese cuisine, Chef Smith says have no fear. As a professional sushi chef for some 20 years, he knows the perfect way to make you feel comfortable.
And this here is the popcorn shrimp from Sakana, and this here is the Sarah tuna.
But most persons have this concept that sushi is raw. No, it's just the name. The name of sushi is raw, but at the end of the day, once you sit and dine, it's the chef's job to make you feel the difference about what you think.
And if that wasn't convincing enough, well, the Mahogany Club offers amazing Italian dishes with a Bahamian twist. Sous Chef Leslie Mins explains.
I think it would be great for the Beams to visit us this summer because our food, you know, like I said, locally sourced, and it's a convenient location for our Bahamian guests. And also the hospitality here is very, very awesome. Some of our top menu items are, we have the escovitch snapper, which is a snapper that is locally caught inside our waters here in the Bahamas. And also we have a conch penny pasta, which we try to infuse our local cuisine conch with the Italian olive vodka penny pasta.
And once you've had your fill of food, fun and sun, it's time to end your staycation at the Woods Rogers Tavern. The bar and lounge is open from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., the perfect spot for your staycation nightcap.
The tavern itself, it presents signature cocktails, handcrafted, the luxury of finger foods, like we have our burgers, our club sandwiches, our famous conch chowder that we do have. We do carry a live band from Thursday to Sunday, depending on the nature of the business as well too. So you will be having entertainment that you can enjoy. We offer day passes where you can actually enjoy the outdoor areas, the pool and the beaches for kids and adults. It includes a bit of discount on food and beverage as well too. So you can actually come in for the daytime, check out the area, see if you like it, if it will be a future reference for you staying.
Thank you so much for joining us for our news weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a safe and wonderful evening.